It's that time. What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy D2X and I am back. Sorry to keep you waiting, but here is another performance breakdown, and this time I'm going back to the running shoes. I've got the Brooks Ravenna 9 right here, so if y'all are ready, let's get this thing moving. Now, the way I like to do these running shoes, I start with the cushioning, then move to the support, and then conclude with the materials and my general opinion. So starting with the cushioning, in the Ravenna 9, you've got Brooks' patented dynamic DNA foam midsole, and basically what DNA does, it responds to pressure sensitivity kind of like Under Armour Charged, even though I'm pretty sure DNA was the first one to do it. And with DNA foam, the more aggressive the shoe is worn, the shoe becomes a little bit more responsive and more springy in the process. If it's worn as a casual or a walking shoe, odds are you'll experience a little bit more plush comfort, and also that has a lot to do with the model that you choose, because the way the cushion is set up in the Ravenna, it may vary a little bit different going from like another Brooks model such as the Adrenaline or Transcend or even the Ghost, for example. Like, those are some of the more cushion types of Brooks, whereas this one is the more road running, racing, responsive type of sneaker. Now, because I kept the Ravenna in the gym, I've really only got to experience the responsive side of Dynamic DNA because I broke these in the second I got them. And I'm going to be doing this a lot because this is a runner, and I've still got my GT2000s that I work out in pretty much on a regular basis now. And I gotta say, the Ravenna gave me something that I haven't experienced in a long time. Shin splints. That's not to say that the cushioning was bad overall, it's just an extended period of working out in the shoe because of the somewhat low profile setup. It didn't give me that shock absorption that I typically need because, as I mentioned in previous reviews, I'm not exactly the lightest guy on my feet. However, it doesn't take away from what Dynamic DNA does on the technical side. It's very responsive, the heel to toe transition is nice and fluid, and overall it is a pretty comfortable shoe. And since I'm talking about comfortability, let's go ahead and move to the support. Now, being that the Ravenna is indeed a stability sneaker, there are multiple elements of the shoe to ensure that medium to low arch type runners, they can enjoy the shoe without having to worry about any unnecessary pain or hindrances underfoot. Case in point, the inside of the heel has the rubber firmed up to where it serves as a medial post to prevent any unnecessary shifting in the heel area, so that the heel strike to toe off is a little bit more natural and it's a lot more streamlined as a result. So the shoe is pretty much controlling your gait cycle as you're moving, as with most stability shoes. However, there are some things that could have been done to make the performance a little bit better. If you look at previous versions of the Ravenna, you see that they had like a TPU roll bar like right underneath where the arch is supposed to be. This is actually the second model that they did away with that. Although a nice substitute for that is the use of the blown rubber crossing along the midfoot area of the outsole to act as that roll bar to provide any additional stability that a flat-footed runner may need. But that having been said, the support on the Ravenna was pretty solid. Like, at no point did I feel myself having any unnecessary arch pain or discomfort in my heels. The only thing that kind of bugged me was the shin splints, but like I said, it was mainly just because of how the cushioning was implemented. It had very little to do with the support on the sneaker. That is going to have you covered unless you're one of those runners or athletes who's so severely flat-footed, like say the inside of their foot is coming over the arch bed. In which case, you might have to step your game up and go with like the Adrenaline or something. And finally, the materials. The Ravenna utilizes a majority mesh forefoot with synthetics around the rear foot and an internal heel counter to provide that extra lockdown, containment, and breathability where you need it the most. One thing I really like about mesh uppers and running shoes is how expansive they are. A lot of these run more true to size than people would think. And like I always say, I got that extra medium foot going on, so if I can wear a medium-sized shoe and I have no problems with it, I assume the rest of y'all can too. And another thing to keep in mind is that when it comes to running shoes, the width options, they do accommodate majority of all foot sizes. So you can get a medium, a wide, extra wide. Lord knows if you can go beyond that. I'm pretty sure that you can. And the overall durability of the mesh isn't that bad either, but you know, you never know who could be watching this. Like, you might get some trail runners that might be interested in the Ravenna. I wouldn't necessarily recommend these for doing so. So that's pretty much my take on the Ravenna 9, really kind of short and sweet. It's definitely a nice shoe to run or work out in. Just be mindful of the cushioning. It may not be something you prefer. It could be something that you just need to get used to, because Dynamic DNA does have a break-in period, and how you break the shoe in is going to determine how the shoe feels underfoot. I mean, that's the best way to describe it, really, because it's an adaptive type of cushioning. Not too many sneakers can say that they do that. I mean, it seems like even Under Armour is starting to get away from charged foam these days. But yeah, that's beside the point. You can definitely find some great deals on the Ravenna 9. Hopefully I could get to the point where I can start putting some links in the description box, hopefully help you guys out even further. But until then, just keep your heads up, keep your eyes open. I've got more videos coming. As a matter of fact, I've got 2 sneaker reviews that are on the way. Both of them are basketball shoes, and I cannot wait to get my hands on those kicks so I can get these reviews out to you and also get a chance to hoop in those shoes. This is your man D2X. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Feel free to give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, do anything you feel you may need to. And I will catch y'all next time. Later.